Well, Rhian, we seem to be catching all the topics lately because you're back once again on the Insync podcast. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me back. I know. I feel like I can't keep away at the moment.
You might be like I don't want to say favourite guest, but
Yeah.
might be throwing hands with other people accidentally there. But it's been really informative having you on. Obviously, we've done a range of episodes. Anyone who's just started listening to us or, don't know who Rhian is, we've done a range of episodes, including the 50th special you did earlier this year with us.
Yes, that was amazing. I'm hoping we can all come back and collaborate on the 100th episode as well. I'm holding out for that.
You know what, if it hits to 100, I think I'm going to have to hire out a room and have a bit of a boogie at that point, because that would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm all for helping and supporting, so it will get to 100, don't worry.
That's brilliant. Well, today we wanted to talk about kind of nail techs and nails. Obviously, you have had a bit of background doing nails, back when you started out in beauty. But now you've created this amazing resource that nail techs can refer to. So just tell me more about the Nail Guidance Directory.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to jump on and tell our viewers, listeners about the Nail Guidance Directory. So the Nail Guidance Directory was kind of born out of what I'm seeing in the industry, but also kind of like what I wish I had when I was training all those years ago. So in short, it's a contraindication kind of directory. We currently have 2 tiers. We've got 10 per tier, but they'll be getting uploaded. More will get uploaded every month, so you'll constantly have access to up-to-date knowledge. You can go on there and you can categorise. So we've got contraindications that are okay. If you need to err on the side of caution, CGP. You can also search. So if you're with a client and you're really unsure, you can then search what you're seeing. So if you're seeing red or you're seeing green or yellow, and all those contraindications that we have listed with those symptoms will then come up. We also, as part of CPD, we also have little mini quizzes on there that will constantly quiz you and help you. We have, which is really informative, a client refusal form that you can download. It's a Canva link, so you can download it, edit it, do what you want with it, put your logo on. But it's a really good tool to have, especially if you're new to business or you're learning and you're not quite sure how to tackle those consultations, when someone has got contraindication. I think it's a really important aspect of the treatment. Another one of my favourites is we also have AI pronunciation as well. So we all know that the names of some of these contraindications are horrendous to pronounce. So we've got AI pronunciation on there to help you relate not only the spelling of it but also the sound of it, so you can kind of get more familiar with it. There's loads of different things on there. If you are intrigued or wanting to get more information about it, go on our social media at Sunshine Official Limited and you'll see a quick demo video that we did as a sneak peek, so you can have a look to see what it's all about. Just as a kind of disclaimer for obviously Dawn from an insurance point of view and obviously me from an educational point of view, this app is a educational purposes and awareness purposes only. It's not you diagnosing or anything like that. It's purely for education and to up your knowledge.
No, definitely. And like you said, from the insurance point of view, it needs to reiterate, I think, if you come across anything that is, if you're unsure of what it is, even after kind of going through the directory and you're like, oh, I don't know, obviously err on the side of caution, ask them to go see their GP just to get that clean bill of health, or if it is something that they can go clear it up before you do any sort of actionable treatment. Which I think is really useful to have those refusal forms, because like some people obviously get very aggy, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate, people that get defensive, like, why can't you do it? You're not good enough, or I'm going to smear your face on, Facebook and Google reviews. I'm going to sue you and all this jazz, when, I think you have more than the right to refuse something if you don't think it's going to be safe, it's going to cross-contaminate, it could be a danger to yourself and others, which I highly doubt with nails it's going to get to that extreme. But, you know,
Yeah.
you never know. And I think being able to have those forms will be able to just reiterate your opinion of like, you know, I don't feel comfortable doing this treatment on you today, especially with kind of nails. And you've got chemicals you use with doing the nails as well. So like it could react really badly with the skin. It could cause so many issues.
Yeah. And it's also kind of, you know, wanting to raise awareness, because obviously we know in the nail industry at the moment there's a lot of awareness around developing allergies to different nail products. So again, starting at the basics with the contraindications and knowing the contraindications will also help alleviate all of these allergies going forward. So again, it was kind of designed off the back of stuff that I wish I had when I was training. And people that have tuned in before will know that I'm always innovating and always coming up with new things to help with educational standards in the industry. So yeah, I feel like it's a really valuable source. And the best bit is that it's available through the Sunshine Training website. So it's free for people to go on and register an account. You just go to sunshinetraining.co.uk, make an account, and then to get your lifetime access, you purchase it for $9.99. That is it. We'll do lifetime updates. We'll be adding loads more on there. And yeah, hopefully everyone enjoys it. If you like it and you think it's amazing, tag us in social media and we'll give you a shout out and write us reviews, whatever you want. But we want to get this as far and wide as we can because we believe it's the tool that every nail tech should have.
Definitely. It's really amazing as well. You're kind of giving back by spreading this knowledge. Like not every nail or beauty course is going to cover this little thing, which is such a shame because obviously it's something that people come across probably more commonly than they would think they would come across. And, you know, when you come across like any sort of complications to do with treatment you're supposed to do, you know, you get into that very awkward situation of like, okay, but like maybe I need to refuse. I don't know. What is this? Like, is it maybe that, you know, sometimes when you mark your nails and it causes a little bruise underneath, like, but then you worry it's like, you know, a fungal problem, you know, being able to tell that difference will help obviously make or break the client's stay as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can just have that confidence to identify issues and then whether or not you do need to move forward with the treatment.
Yeah, definitely. You don't, you know, especially if you're in training and you're trying to set up a reputation, your own business and stuff like that, the more information you can arm yourself with, the better you will be. Equally though, this is not just for practicing nail techs, it is literally for anyone in the industry. Like I say, you don't even have to be in the industry if you don't want. You can, there's no like prerequisite for it. You can just go on and have access to it. So yeah, I mean, again, this is just our way of giving back to the industry and just giving that little bit more. And there will be more coming. So we will be bringing out like hair, skin, nails, more nails. I keep saying nails, more nails, eyes, everything. So hopefully by the end of 2026, we will have the whole head. The whole body, the whole body, sorry, the whole body of different mini directories where you can really hone in. And equally, we want your feedback. You know, we thrive off of our customers' feedback. So any feedback that you have or anything that you think would benefit you, get in touch and we'll see what we can do to help and support your journey within the industry.
Definitely. I think one of the key questions I have for you actually is like, obviously, you know, they can use the directory and really help, but like, what would you say are the most common contraindications that like kind of tend to come up for people out in the industry, whether it's like from your own experience and for what like students have told you?
Yeah, so forgive me because I can't say the proper name of the contraindication, but most people in the industry would know it as a greenie. So that just quickly, if for people that don't know about a greenie, so a greenie is literally where bacteria is sitting between the nail plate and then the enhancement or the gel polish. So say if it's lifted slightly and then bacteria, so water gets in, bacteria then grows and then it goes green. That's a huge one that we see, and obviously within the directory it will give you guidance on if you were to see it, you know, what you need to do and stuff like that. Another one is paronychia. Again, forgive me if I've not said that correctly. That's just how I kind of say it. Again, that can be where you get like the little hangnails and they bite them off or whatever, and then that can then become infected. What other ones? I can't think off the top of my head what the main contraindication name is, but it is in the directory. You know, where people say about calcium, where you've got the spots. It's not anything to do with calcium. It's actually where air bubbles have been trapped between the nail matrix and the nail plate. So like the nail bed and then the nail plate, there's like a thin bit, and that's where the air gets trapped, and then that's the bubble. So it's basically down to trauma and whatnot. So we've got things in there about that. But yeah, as I say, there's currently 2 tiers, 10 per tier. Tier 1 is more like your commonly seen ones, and then tier 2 is predominantly more rarer, but they are equally important to learn about and know about.
Well, definitely. I think it's really useful as well, because then you could also help, obviously, you know, you're not a medical professional, but like for customers who maybe come with you with concerns, being like, you know, is this buildable on, you know, what is this kind of issue? You can also just help kind of guide them, be like, you know, this looks like it could be a bacteria issue. Maybe you shouldn't have like gel on for like a little bit, just let it air out, dry out, do its thing, and it will come off. You know, I know, but personally, I've had like the green bacteria part on like one of my fingers. I had no clue what it was personally. I am not a nail tech, but I was like, oh, this looks a bit strange, and I googled it. I was like, oh, okay, my finger's not going to fall off. That's great. Obviously, if I'd gone to a nail tech with the issue, obviously it would have been really great just to have that person be like, you know, it's probably due to this. Wait a couple more weeks and then we can do something with it. I don't tend to do my nails loads anyway, so I was like, well, I'm not doing any time soon to that, and then I'll have the greens all completely gone. So but yeah, just being able to be that person of contact and be able to be like, you know, I think it's probably this. If you're really concerned, go to GP. I think it's just really reassuring, but also helps you show how knowledgeable you are and confident you are as a nail tech, which then, you know, brings the customers back, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think the more knowledge you can have when you set up your business and, you know, in treatments and stuff, the better you are anyway. You know, there is quite a few people that I see at no fault of their own in groups across social media that will post a picture and then say, is this okay to work on? And I just think that whoever trained them failed them. So again, this is our way of giving back to the community, into the industry, and helping people. We wanted to price it affordable. And yeah, you know, it's one of those things, but we welcome everyone's feedback, and we're looking forward to having many more people join on us with us.
Sounds brilliant. So what would you say is like your lasting remarks for this episode? Is there anything you'd like to really drive home with any potential or nail techs out there that would really benefit from this directory?
Yeah, so as I say in the podcast, this directory is literally for anyone. So whether you're an academy wanting to raise more awareness for your students, you're practicing nail tech, you are a nail tech, you know, anyone, even if you're just a mum and you've come across nail conditions and you're not sure, or a dad, literally it's open to anyone that wants to better their knowledge, and that's kind of what we're about. We're there to empower everyone's knowledge, really. But if you are a nail tech and you're wanting to get the most out of being a nail tech and really understanding the ins and outs, then this is an absolute must-have. As I say, we are going to be bringing out more for different industries, so like hair, skin, eyes, those sorts of things. So keep an eye out for those. But yeah, definitely, if you're wanting to get more out of your education, then this is definitely a tool that you need.
That sounds really brilliant. Well, thanks for coming on today and chatting about it all. I think this is something that's really beneficial for everybody to have access to.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Thank you for having me.